Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this Transport Fever 2 series, we're on a mission to deliver every product to every city, building the ultimate transport empire along the way. From trains to trucks, planes to ships. We're optimising every route to make sure no city is left without the goods it needs. So get your cup of tea ready and settle in for another action-packed episode of non-stop logistics. Let's get going. In today's episode, guys, I want to start it out by having a look at how we're doing so far. So we can see down in Kingsbridge here, we're receiving every product that we need, although machines are very low at the minute and food's just starting to trickle into the town. Over at Padstow, we're delivering fuel and tools. We could still do a little bit more on the line there, though. Down at Prestwick, we're getting fuel and tools. Up at Lumley, fuel and goods, but goods are really low as well, actually, there. And then down at Frodsham in the corner here, we've got goods and machines, which are both really low. So machines and tools, we really need to increase. So have we got a lot waiting at this depot here? Tools, we've got quite a few on the Prestwick deliveries line, so I'll add a couple of vehicles into here. Hopefully that'll help them out and get a few more delivered. Are we waiting for much on the Frodsham line with the trams? Frodsham coal. No, we've got two machines, but we've only got two, and it looks like there's a tram about to come in there as well, actually, so we're okay there for now. The train line itself, what we're backing up on here, we've got 511 crude oil, but are we short of crude oil down here? So if we have a look down at the refinery, we've actually got none in there, which means we've got next to no oil in here. Okay, so we could do with eventually getting some more crude oil down, or maybe even connecting in another oil well. Over at the goods factory then, we've got plenty of plastic stored up, but not enough steel. Okay, so that explains the goods problem. And then over where we're producing machines, we've got plenty of planks, but again, no steel. So we really need to drive up this steel production. Or is it the deliveries? Because you can see down here, Hendon Goods. And then the machine line. So we have got a little bit of steel sitting. So I'll add a couple of vehicles onto each of those. So onto the machines line, and then also onto the Hendon Goods. But I still don't think that's going to cut it just yet. We do need to start increasing the amount of steel that we're producing. So at the station here, we've got 49. So it could be a case of, have we just had a train leave? Where are our two trains? Let's have a look. So one's just down in the station here. And then the next train is actually just arriving. So let's just see if I unpause it. How much steel are we going to take with us? He's just dropping off. He's actually only got 8 out of 40 steel. And he's left 40 on the platform there. So why have we only taken 8 steel there when we've got plenty of room here? So something's amiss here. Why is he only taking 8 steel when he's got plenty of space? We go to manage the line here. Let's have a look. So up at Lumley West, what have we got set up here? So for steel, we've only got 20%. So ideally, now we change those trucks over, we should be able to take a little bit more. And I'm tempted to just leave it on 100% actually. Because steel is the bread and butter of what's going to be going on here. We keep steel up at 100. It was crude oil was the only thing I really wanted to limit, wasn't it? I think. So if we put that on and we just turn him around before he gets too far. Still wants to go to Padstow. I think we've got to let him get out of Lumley first. If we fast forward that a little bit, let him just get sort of out of the station, turn round into Lumley. Hopefully he'll pick up some more steel now. So he can get another 40 steel down. There we go. He's collected all of that now. And then steel, we're waiting for 8 now. So I think what we will do is add some more. I mean, you can see here actually, it's not exactly... We're not short on vehicles, are we? It looks like we're short on coal actually. So it's the coal being delivered that we're short on. We've got a lot of coal waiting up here as well. We've got 45 there. So maybe that is just ticking through and we don't need to worry. We just need to let it flow through. I don't like this. You can see here, guys, actually in between the episode, I flipped this truck stop around because they were getting sort of messed up in here. But I think what it's doing is we've got 6 here. No, it is sort of keeping on top of it, isn't it? Maybe it is. Maybe we do just need more coal being delivered. Do we need a separate coal line coming in as well, maybe? We've got plenty of coal waiting over here. 249, so maybe we just need to add to this line. Tell you what, we'll add another... We'll go for another 4 trams there. We'll go hard, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then we've also got a lot of iron building up here. we have actually just unlocked the new vehicles as well, so I think instead of adding more to this one, what I might do is replace these with the new vehicle that we got. So this one can't carry iron. It looks like this one here can, so we'll be going to, the capacity is 14, whereas currently we're only on 7. You can see the open version of this here doesn't carry it. Doesn't carry iron, so if we go to here we can still carry iron. That's all we're doing on this line, but we can double our capacity there just by upgrading these vehicles. So we'll do that. That will also allow me to use a mod that I really like. So if we go into this cargo hub, we go into cargo, this one here. Those of you that have seen my only tram series, you'll know which one is on. I'm talking about, we use this there, but you can see the little hoppers here. Now if we configure this line and we tell it to a press wick here, use the other side, the trucks will now come under there, and then we can actually delete that side, can't we? Because we're not going to need that anymore. But you'll see now here, we've got the new vehicle, which actually looks really nice. I really like that. And you'll see when it'll actually come all the way underneath here. It would be good if they could animate the hoppers to change to the colour of iron. And for it to drop out into the bed of the truck, but that is really asking too much, isn't it? But you can see it filling up gradually. It should go all the way up to 14 here as well. Yeah, I like that. That's cool, but it only sort of works. I mean, obviously it will work with the covered wagons, but it doesn't really look right with a covered wagon. With the open top, you can imagine the ore dropping through, which I like. Now, another suggestion I had actually in the comments was from Pedro, and he said that through Lumley, where we're driving here, we should add in some bus lanes. And obviously he's correct. We should be doing that. So what I'm going to do is from where we enter the town here, the main part of the town, I'm going to upgrade this and stick some bus lanes in. And I will do it just to the side here where that truck stop is. And all the way through just to the outskirts of town there. So that should now hopefully stop us from interrupting the traffic too much. I've just done that with smaller roads, haven't I? I'm an idiot. Ignore me, guys. Let me just pop it over the top of there again. There we go. That should now allow us to go where we need to. There we go. It looks like we do also need to add in that one. Ah, we already did it. Cool, so everywhere where we are driving now, other than this side, I'm not too bothered about the delivery line, just doing this loop. But we now have bus lanes on the tram tracks. I'm not really too sure how they work here, to be fair, because it is only 2 lanes. What we should probably do, it may be a bit too early for this. It's going to cost a lot of money. But I suppose it will at least future-proof us. At least through that main part of town there. I don't want to do that one yet if it's going to destroy the buildings. Those 2 are probably worth it. You can see now we won't affect the traffic at all. That bus stop, truck stop even there is going to still. We'll put a normal country road on that, like so, just so it doesn't look behind on the times. But there's not too much traffic in the town yet disrupting that. And if we go on keep, I do want to upgrade these all to just normal medium streets. Now this is obviously costing us a fair chunk of money here, guys, but I'm hoping in the long run it'll pay off. There we go. That doesn't seem to have broken anything. The things seem to be flowing through the town a little bit easier already, actually. Yeah, that works. I'm happy with that. Cool. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do in this video, I was umming and ahhing, to be honest with you, whether to start up north, but I've had a quick look, and I think it was Peter in the comments. Apologies if it wasn't you, Peter, but somebody mentioned in the comments that on their playthrough they've been using just outside of Silsden for their northern cargo hub, and that makes a lot of sense. I think ideally I'd want mine down on this sort of flat area here to give the trains coming in and out enough room to swing around Silsden. Also, when I've had a look, I've noticed that the residential end of Silsden's over here, and if possible, it's always better to keep your trains away from there because of the emissions. Now, wherever we put this station up here, we're not going to be adding in too many new productions, if you like. I didn't realise, really, until the end of the episode. I mean, I had it in the back of my mind, but I think we're already producing on the map every single resource. I had a look round. The other thing we can think about adding in, if we're still running really low on steel here, we could just put a truck line in between the 2 here. This original line here has been printing us money from day one. Pretty much, you can see here, and it probably needs an upgrade because all of these stops on the route here. We've got loads of ore waiting for us. We could double train this now, I think. You see that line's going there, and it would just make us a killing. But obviously at the minute, money's not too much of an issue, and I didn't think I'd be saying that this early on. But the one thing I do want to do is start adding in more towns just to up that demand. Now, you can see here that Middleham, that we originally started with just this construction route here, it's just gone over, I think it's 350 residents, where you click into needing your third demand. The third product demand, should I say. You can see we're delivering almost all of the construction materials it needs. So I think what we're going to do today is put in a cargo station here, and we're going to pick up some bricks, take them down to the main cargo hub down here, well, one of the main cargo hubs down at Padstow, and that should enable us to bring up some goods and fuel that Middleham's now demanding. It's demanding goods from the start, but it's now also demanding fuel, and we're already bringing fuel and goods to this station. So if we use some of those wagons that we saw in the last episode that can transport anything, we can have one train coming up here that does that and services the route. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I want to start by configuring this station and adding in an extra platform. Now, what I want to do, because this is going to be sort of slightly local-ish route, I want a sort of slower speed to pull out on, and I was looking for something around 40. So here we go. So if we pull out of the station, I mean, it doesn't need to be this long actually, does it? It's not going to be the full length of the station. We're only going to need a small train heading up. If we go from about halfway here, and we go with 40 up to there, and then we want to go to tracks here, and I want 40 pulling out. Do we want catenaries? I mean, it is going to be sort of heading uphill, isn't it? Or we're probably going to go for a sharp curve and up through this valley, I would imagine, and around to, where's the residential side? It looks like the residential ends for here it is. So we're probably going to want to come in the back end for the station up here. So we do want to come this side of the town on the left hand side here. So yeah, up past this plastics factory, I think is the best route. So if we're going to pull out here at 40, we're going to turn. We are going uphill here, very slightly. We'll turn catenaries off. We've got to make it around that corner, so I think we start turning pretty sharply, and it's giving us 25 here, which, you know, I don't mind. It's giving us, that must be 40 kilometres. Go to 60 gives us 37. There we go. 37's about right for me, I think. Or we'll go for 40. I did say 40 originally, didn't I? I don't want it to be slowed down too much, but we are heading sort of uphill here. So we'll turn around at 43 there, just cut through that forest away, and that gives us the opportunity for this main line, if you like, the cargo line, to carry on straight forward if we need to eventually later on, because we will eventually be linking it all up together with whatever we create up at the northern end. So we need to keep coming upwards here. I'm pretty sure we'll leave this as single track. I don't know if there's any reason for us to not have single track. And then now we'll branch out to the normal track speed, I think. So we've slowed down a little bit to get into there. We're sort of going to S-bend around this plastics factory. That makes the most sense to me. And we're still crawling up the hill here. Curve at 30%, in at 75. And if we can cut through here without doing something terrible to the road, yeah, that's not too bad, is it? We'll go for a little crossing there. It's probably not needed this far out in the sticks, to be honest with you. It has just reminded me, though, actually, guys, another thing that I did do in between episodes is I upgraded all the country roads that we're currently using just to the tarmac one, because it's increased the speed limit just for when we are ready to change the vehicles that are on the lines. So that's giving a little bit of a bump there, isn't it? Can we come through? Oh, can we come through here somewhere quite smoothly? That looks a bit better there. And then if we pull that back a little bit, just to smooth out that turn to there. Oh, it's going to give us 58. I'm not a big fan of that, I have to be honest. Can we turn a little bit here and go flat to keep 75 there? And that's going to give us 45. I think we're going to have to redo that crossing, aren't we? I want to try and keep the speed up where we can, so we kept 75. There we go, and that's kept that road junction nice and flat as well. That's perfect. Now we want to come round, sort of scale around the bottom end of this mountain here, just to take the topography into account. Keep 75 up, and then we need to have a think about what we want to do with a station here. So we've got a few little types of station here. Countryside branch line, we could use this one. We are only going to need one track, Platform length. I'm not too bothered about the platform length actually, but can we change, or actually maybe I am, because that did change what I was expecting it to. If we go for 300, that's probably a little bit much really. 100's not enough, so it's going to have to be 300, isn't it? But if we can pull this in and avoid affecting this route coming into town here, but where does this want to connect to the road? Is it side on? It is, but we can run a little road out to it. That's not a problem. If we want to point this in the rough direction of the track, angle it a little bit, somewhere around sort of here looks about right to me. We want to hold C to stop the snapping, don't we? All of you lovely people on the last episode told me that. And then here, pulling out of the station, we're probably going to go for, it was 60, wasn't it, I believe? 60 pulling out, just while we get up to speed. That is a little bit of a wobble though, isn't it? I don't really like that. So we're going to have to cut this back again. And then take this out. There we go. We'll go to 70, up to 43. There we go. So that should now allow us to do what we need to do here. We're going to need to add in some road though. And I think I'm just going to keep this. Am I going to keep this as street? Or I'll tell you what, no, we'll go country road just in front of the station. And right near the depot that we're going to put down, the truck stop. We're going to need a truck stop in here, definitely. And do we go... We're going to be bringing 3 different kinds of products to here, so maybe we go for a warehouse. You know what, that might work. If I can link that straight in instead of that road, that might look a little bit better. We've got that connected. Then if this road just bends around and into here, and we upgrade this country road all the way around here, that would make a lot more sense as well. That's going to collide, but we only need that bit of road anyway, really, don't we? Cool. And then here, going through the road, we've got medium streets going all the way through, haven't we? We might stick some bus lanes in here again, actually. If we've done it for the other towns, why would we not do it here? I think that's the route that these vehicles are taking. It looks like they're coming that way on the way in. They must be taking a different route on the way in. Oh no, he's just gone rogue. Maybe because I was editing the roads. We'll tell this to keep bus lanes. We'll upgrade all of the rest of these to medium as well. Just to help the town along a little bit, help it grow a bit more. I think it helps the growth when we have more things going on. So, country lane again here. I am just going to connect this to the end there as well. And then when we start putting some lines in to the town, we can use the best route possible. So if we see now, we've actually got to have that on. You can see this truck here, truck stop, covers almost everything other than, I believe that's residential down at the bottom end, it is. So the only thing at the minute we're not covering is this little bit here that's going to want goods, the commercial area. So what I think we'll do is we'll stick with this for now, because it'll build up demand for now. Or actually, do we have a separate route just coming from the truck stop? Maybe that's a good idea. If we were to put another truck stop in, say, if I unhighlight that one and we had another truck stop in here, that's covering absolutely everything, isn't it? So that works better, in fact. So if we go to streets again now, we're going to want bus lane, and we are going to want to upgrade. And this route is going to come along all the way along here, and hopefully back out of town here. That way we're avoiding the residential area completely. And then what I am going to do is upgrade this one to a 4 lane, and this is simply because I don't want the trucks that are coming back on the construction line, when they stop at this truck stop here, I don't want them to interrupt the delivery line here. So now we've got 2 lanes there, it shouldn't do that. So what we are going to need to do now is we must have a truck stop up here. We have. So I want originally, I'm going to ask someone that can bring anything. So here we need fuel, goods and bricks. So these new wagons can't carry fuel. Those can carry all. So for now I'm going to put just 2 wagons on this line. It's going to be a new line. We're going to go from the station here just to that new truck stop. Okay, and that's going to be RF for road freight. And then it's going to be Middleham deliveries. Okay, so those now should be on their way up here. They are. So the other thing I need to do now is I need to add in a stop here. So we are going to tell this line, after my Middleham sidings here, we're going to want to stop Middleham transfer. And then we're actually going to want to get rid of Park Lane, aren't we? Yes, get rid of Park Lane. And hopefully, where those bricks were being delivered, which is all of this area, hopefully this new stop covers all of that anyway. It does, which means we can actually delete this truck stop now. So we didn't actually need that 4-lane road, but it won't hurt for later on. So now we've got the ability, if we need to drop some bricks off at this train station before they get dropped in the town. Because indirectly what's going to happen now is these guys are going to bring stone to here, then bricks to here, and then go back empty. Okay, and they should pretty much bypass the outskirts of town here, they do. We should start getting some bricks dropped off at this place for the new delivery route that we've put in. We have here, as you can see. Now, something weird was happening then. So you can see that these guys are actually crossing over each other here. So if I change the terminals and put these guys to Terminal 4, there you go, there's no crossover now other than at the end of that street, which works a lot better, I think. So now we can start bringing the other materials in. It's actually just dropped in size, Middleham. Just gone below 350 because we've got rid of those brick deliveries for a moment. But that will come back up. But what we need to do now is if we have the train in that's going to bring goods in, we already know that the next thing is going to be fuel as well. So we need to get ourselves a train. And I think the best way for us to do this is going to have a slow track from here across. If it's going to let us do this, it will. Yeah, perfect. Now we're going to need a train from here. We need to choose wisely here with what we're going to do. We've got 30 million, so money's not too much of an issue. But if we go for steam, I think we're still in the steam age. We don't have diesel yet. Electric's going to be very costly for what we're looking for here. So steam's probably the one. We are going up banks. We want a decent amount of power and tractive effort. That's 47 top speed for a 744. You know, 47, I could be happy with 47. The tractive effort's 900. This GWR is actually a bit better with 60 miles per hour, but 60 mile an hour might be overkill, like I say. We've got 50 miles per hour there at 1,000. 50 miles per hour at 1,000 kilowatt, 47 at 9. What's the price difference there? For 3 miles per hour, basically, we go from 600. It's the same. Oh no, it's not, sorry. For 47 there, 6. It's 200. It's about 70,000 a year for that little bit of difference. Is the tractive effort really worth that much? It's 100 kilowatts. I don't think it's going to be, you know. I'm going to go for the 47 miles per hour one, and we'll go for cargo. And now it's important now that we can carry absolutely everything. We've got the CNJ Blue Comet baggage here. That can't carry fuel. And it can't carry combat either. So if we go for these 50 miles an hour limit ones here, there's 2 compartments. And they can actually carry here construction materials, fuel and goods, which are the 3 things that we actually need. So I want to go along here until this stops saying good here. Excuse me. You can see here that when it's good, it's going to top speed for slopes here, 47 miles per hour in 60 seconds or less. So that's basically what we're going to need it to do is start climbing up, aren't we, on the slopes. So height's going to go to medium slopes of 47. I would imagine that this is medium, what we're doing here. 98 capacity might even be a little bit too much. Maybe we drag this down to about 70. I think that's going to do us, I think. And then all I wanted to do is to go from Padstow here all the way up to our new station up at Middleham, and it's picked the right depot here. So we'll have a little ride on the train in a second, but I want to get it all named up. So we've got TF here for train freight. And this is Middleham deliveries. So let's have a look. So it might take a couple of, or at least one trip all the way up and down. Again, these mods are incredible, aren't they? I do really like these. I'm not sure whether to just leave this for now and see what it comes up with. What I don't want it to do is start putting stone on this route, or would that be a major issue? I mean, it would, yes, actually. If I tell these guys that are coming back down just to future-proof this line here, that at Middleham transfer, they can only unload. I don't want them to at any point be able to load up on stone there. So it looks like those have got the really old vehicles on as well. Middleham Combat. So maybe we give these guys an upgrade. So now we've got available these Opel Blitz trucks or the Volvo, 37 miles per hour. We're carrying... We can't have the Volvo because we need to be able to carry both stone and construction materials, don't we? So we need an all cargo, which is this Opel Blitz. So we'll replace those. That should dramatically increase it, but it's now going to allow construction materials to get down to this depot. And if we have any towns at the minute that need construction materials, Prestwick has just ticked over. Have I only just noticed how it needed these for a while? I'm not sure, but Prestwick now needs construction materials. So on the Prestwick deliveries line, do we have the capability of delivering? It looks like we might do. So at Upper Lumley, what did we tell it to do? It can load anything. So we could now actually bring construction materials. That construction materials plant should in effect now see Prestwick. It does. So we're now going to be bringing construction materials all the way through here and all the way up. That is actually really good. And let's see what the machine situation's saying. So we've now got 10 here, so it is increasing. And we've got 8 over here, but goods are still looking really low. Lumley's got 7. But over at the goods, what's holding this up here? It is just steel. But do we have a lot of steel waiting down here? So Hendon North here has got 17 steel waiting and 52. That's the Kingsbridge deliveries actually. So we actually need some more on that line, but that is a long line. But what we could do again here is put these new vehicles on. We're carrying food, oil. Food, oil. Yes, it is going to have to be the all cargo ones. We'll increase the throughput there. And maybe this long route that we're struggling with, if we just were to upgrade all of those to the new Blitzes, that's going to increase it, isn't it? Because we carry steel, plastic and goods. We can actually have these Volvos on this line, which are 37 miles per hour. They're a bit more expensive, but it'll give us that variance. Because on this line, I'm going to go for that. They look really cool as well. I like it. I mean, these are the same as the iron ones we changed at first, aren't they? But they've just got the tarp over the top. It looks cool. I do want to make sure that I haven't just killed that line so that these are able to carry plastic up to here, steel up to here, and then goods back. Yeah, so that works for me. I'm tempted to just put a line here and bring some more steel down because we're producing it. Do we just bring some steel down? Is there any reason why we wouldn't? I don't think there would be, you know. If we go for a truck stop and we just put it in the middle of the countryside here, to be fair, they might as well just use this one, hadn't we? We're going to stick an era truck stop just here. It's going to cost us 80 grand. We are going to need to put a road depot near it as well. So we'll do that. I'll upgrade the country road before we start. Bus lane, we'll say keep. We don't need a bus lane out in the countryside, do we? That'll come all the way around here. And then we're going to want a new line that's going to come from the steel mill here, where we're going to tell us to always wait for a full load. And it's going to load up on steel. It's going to unload absolutely nothing. Because I don't want these guys in the trucks to start bringing it up. I don't want you to be going through that line where they'll be waiting. So Hendon North, if we can put you on platform 1, that stops that. Perfect. This is going to be RF. It's Hendon Steel. Okay, we've got an autosave. And all I want it to do here is unload. So now if I start to put a couple of trucks on here, all we're going to be carrying steel, so we might be able to get some different types of trucks. If we could get the state cars in here, actually. If I put 5 on there. I do like these mods that give you sort of variants of the same truck. It's cool how you can see the little fuel tanks underneath the wings there. Those arches are really nice, aren't they? The double wheels as well at the back to support the load. That's fantastic. What we may need to do, I didn't even think when I put this down, silly me, is if we had these guys in and then put an extra bit of line in here just to give that a little bit of character. That middle one looks a bit out of place there, doesn't it? If we get rid of that, we want a middle one. There we go. That looks a bit better. If we put that one on the end, does it switch the steps? It doesn't. Cargo platform. No, we'll stick with this one, and we'll just change the drop-off point for this. So at Hendon Central here, we want to go for number 3. I didn't realise it would work like that. Okay, so we can just get rid of this one, and then we'll leave that one, I think. Yeah, maybe I should have moved it there. It's a little bit unnecessary there now, isn't it? But it still looks like you could load some stuff out here, so I'm not too fussed about that. So this train coming down now should be bringing some coal. It is, and we'll get 56 coal. That'll make us 56 steel. These guys might be a little bit overkill, actually, if we get rid of a couple of these. And we'll see how that works out in the long run. But we should now start getting more steel here, which means they can start pumping out these plastics. There's no reason why not to add that in, I don't think. So the train on the way back now, have we got anything on this? We haven't at the minute. So up at Middleham Cargo, what we're telling it to do here, it could load on absolutely anything for now, which works. But we have now got some construction materials on the station. So that works. And have we got anything at the bottom end here for it to collect? It's just left. Nothing as of yet. We should start to see some fuel coming in. So now we've got up there, actually it should be goods, shouldn't it? Because we've got goods at Middleham. So if we click on the goods factory here, consumers, it can see Middleham for 9 now, which is perfect. It's going to start sending goods down there. So that should all kick in now. So that means Middleham is now going to be able to get absolutely everything it needs. We can see that those goods are on the way. Every town we've connected to this route so far has got every cargo that it's currently asking for. Prestwick's going to start getting construction materials because over at Middleham, if we remember, it's got those there. Kingsbridge has got everything it needs. It probably won't be long until Lumley starts to upgrade. It's 350, so we just need to get those goods ramped up, which are on the way now. Same thing over here, Frodsham. We're going to be getting more steel involved, aren't we? There's a lot of goods you can see waiting now, so all of these guys are going to start bringing goods back. They should do at least. Why has he not brought goods back? Has it split these into 2 lines? It has. It's annoying when it does this, and I'm not quite sure why it does it. I think it's because of how we've got this route set up. One time it brings plastic and brings some back. The next time it brings steel and brings some back. And it'll only bring them when they drop steel off as the only time it'll pick up goods. But he's just left now and he's only picked up 3. Yeah, we need to have a look at this line and see exactly what's going on here. So at Hendon North, they should always load 100% on goods. And at Hendon North here, it should always be 100%. So I'm not sure. Let me know if you can see what's happening there, guys. Why we've got all of these goods building up here. So somebody bringing in planks here. So he's only picked up 2 goods. I don't really understand why. Is it going to be better for us to get rid of the way we're doing it? Instead of having one run for plastic and then another run for steel, is it worth just having them to collect anything? Will it balance it out, I guess is my question. Or if we've got down at our depot, if we've got at the cargo hub, if we've got a load of plastic, is it only ever going to bring plastic? Industry closure, Middleham plastic. We're not using that actually, so that's not too much for us to worry about. Yeah, let me know if you know about that, guys. Am I doing it wrong here by splitting the route into 2 legs, if you like? Should we just have collect anything you can, bring it up, collect anything you can, bring it up? I mean, now we could probably change it to just plastic and let all the steel from that end go there, because we've got steel coming here for the goods. I don't know, we could do that, but I like the idea of them bringing steel up and plastic and goods back. But let me know what you think, guys. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch you all in that next video.